Fáilte roimh go fáil mí níos Gaeilge. Welcome back to Let's Learn Irish. Leibhéal A1 topic seacht Rannóg an lí Deacrachtaí cumarsaide ag díristeach bheith Labhairt. Level A1 topic 7 section 9 communication difficulties focusing on speaking. Agus lamúna sa Rannóg seo, and we'll be teaching in this section a cur ceiste ghine cé chomh is atá ag éirí leis agus ag freagairt na ceiste sin agus ag déileáil le deacrachtaí cumarsaide. So asking somebody how well they can do something or how they're getting along with something and answering that question and dealing with communication difficulties. Deacrachtaí cumarsaide, communication difficulties. Deacrachtaí cumarsaide. Deacrachtaí cumarsaide, communication difficulties. Conas atá ag éirí leat. How are you getting along? Specifically with something, learning a language, with a project. Conas atá ag éirí leat. How are you getting along? Tá ag éirí go maith liom. I'm getting along fine. Tá ag éirí go maith liom. Má go leor. Well enough. Má go leor. Níl ag éirí go maith liom. Not getting along too well. Níl ag éirí go maith liom. Má go leor. Níl ag éirí go maith liom. Agus inis, aber im a dhéag, and now repeat after me when I ask you the question. Conas atá ag éirí leat. Conas atá ag éirí leat. Tá ag éirí go maith liom. Tá ag éirí go maith liom. Tá ag éirí go maith liom. Conas atá ag éirí leat. Má go leor. Má go leor. Má go leor. Conas atá ag éirí leat. Níl ag éirí go rómha liom. Níl ag éirí go rómha liom. Níl ag éirí go rómha liom. Agus inis freagar an ceist. Now answer the question. Conas atá ag éirí leat. How are you getting along? Tá ag éirí go maith liom. Tá ag éirí go maith liom. Conas atá ag éirí leat. Má go leor. Má go leor. Conas atá ag éirí leat. Níl ag éirí go rómha liom. Níl ag éirí go rómha liom. And this time I'll have you answer the questions by yourself. Don't worry about the two positive ones if you mix them up, as long as you give the other answer for the second one. It doesn't really matter. Conas atá ag éirí leat. Conas atá ag éirí leat. Conas atá ag éirí leat. Agus inis, chuirfidh me ceisteirt, and now I'll ask you a question. Freagar an cheist bunaithe an íomhá. So answer the question based on the image that appears. Tá tú ag fáil an Gaeilge. Conas atá ag éirí leat. Tá tú ag fáil an Francais. Conas atá ag éirí leat. Tá tú ag fáil an Tomáint. Conas atá ag éirí leat. Tá tú ag fáil an Idális. conas atá ag éirí leat. Tá tú ag fáil an gitár, conas atá ag éirí leat. Tá tú ag fáil an piano, conas atá ag éirí leat. Tá tú ag fáil an béarla, conas atá ag éirí leat. Tá tú ag fáil an cócaireacht, conas atá ag éirí leat. Tá tú ag fáil an paintáil, conas atá ag éirí leat. Beidh an bhfuileog deacrachtaí cumarsaide uait an gníomhaíoch seo, you'll need a handout, Communication Difficulties, for this activity. Deacrachtaí cumarsaide, Communication Difficulties. Éist leis an córá seo agus an sin ábhair a dhia é. So listen to the following conversation and then I'll have you repeat it after me, and then after that we'll go through and break it down piece by piece. So first I'll read through it by myself, then I'll have you repeat it after me, and then we'll go through and take it apart piece by piece if you haven't already figured it out. Deacrachtaí cumarsaide, a múinteoir. Is námhaidí an chéad gan í a amhlainn. Go a leiscéal an féidir leat é sin a rá a rís le a hall? Is námhaidí an chéad gan í a amhlainn. Tá brón orm, ní hiigim. Is námhaidí an chéad gan í a amhlainn. An bhéadtha labhairt níos muile le a hall? Is námhaidí an chéad gan í a amhlainn. Cad a chiallaíonn is námhaidí an chéad gan í a amhlainn. Bíonn gach scill deachar go dtí go bhfoghlaimíonn tú conas í a dhéanamh. Tá brón orm, ní hiigim fós. Nuair atá scill agat, tá an scill sin éasca, ceapann tú. Nuair nach bhfuil scill agat, tá sé deachar dar leat. Ó, tuigim inis, an bhéadtha námhaid a litriú le a hall? Cínte, N-A-M-H-A-I-D, námhaid. Go raibh maith agat, an céard, an bhéadtha céard a litriú le a hall? Ceard, C-E-I-R-D, ceard. Ein cheistelle? Níl, tuigim gach rud inis, gur maith agat. An féidir leat brian a bhacail a thós, were you able to guess the words or the meanings of the words? Agus inis whacha míad tríd, and now we'll go through it line by line. An múinteoir, the teacher, go láidir muinínach, so strongly and confidently. Is námhaid í an chéad gan í a amhlainn. So literally that translates to the trade is an enemy without learning it. So it's a seanachal, so it's a saying, an old saying, is námhaid í an chéad gan í a amhlainn, and it means a trade is not learned properly is an enemy. In other words, practice makes perfect. Is námhaid í an chéad gan í a amhlainn. An fálamheoir, the learner, go faiteach míbhuinínach, so hesitantly, without confidence. Go a leiscéal, an féidir leat é sin a rá a rís le a hall? Go a leiscéal, excuse me, an féidir leat, can you? É sin a rá arís, say that again. Le do hol, please. Is návid í an chéad gan í a allan. Practice makes perfect. Tá brón orm, ní higgam. I'm sorry, I don't understand. An múnteoir le hosna with a sigh agus go tapa fast, mí ainach impatiently. Is návid í an chéad gan í a allan. Practice makes perfect. An bhéadtá labhairt níos muile le do hol. Could you speak more slowly, please? Agus an múnteoir go máil drámata, slowly and dramatically. Is návid í an chéad gan í a allan. Fáil meor, cad a chiallaíonn a rá go stadach, is návid í an chéad gan í a allan. So what does it mean saying hesitantly? Is návid í an chéad gan í a allan. An múnteoir. Bí an gach scéal deachar go dtí go bhfealmaíonn tú conas í a dhéanamh. So every skill is hard or difficult until you learn how to do it. Tá brón orm, ní higgam é fós. Sorry, I don't understand still. An múnteoir. Nuair atá scill agat, tá an scill sin éasca, ceapann tú. Nuair nach bhfuil scill agat, tá sé deachar dar leat. So nuair atá scill agat, when you have a skill, tá an scill sin éasca. That skill is easy, ceapann tú, you think. Nuair nach bhfuil scill agat, when you don't have a skill, tá sé deachar dar leat. When you don't have a skill, it's hard for you. Oh, tigam anish. Oh, I understand now. An bhéadtá návid a litriú le do hol. Could you spell návid, please? A litriú to spell. An bhéadtá, could you? Cínta, certainly. N-A-M-H-A-I-D, návid. Enemy, návid, enemy. Gura maithagat, thank you. Agus cead, and cead, a trade. An bhéadtá cead a litriú le do hol? Could you spell cead, please? Ahem. Cead, C-E-I-R-D, cead. So cead, trade. Ein cheist eile? Any other questions? Godalba, obviously, emphatically, Godalba. Neil, tigam gach rud anish, gurav mahagat. No, tigam gach rud anish, I understand everything now. Gurav mahagat, thank you. Agus anish abarim a year, and now repeat after me. Is návid í an chéad gan í a allan. Is návid í an chéad gan í a allan. Gabh me leiscéal, an féidir leat é sin a rá arís le do hol. Gabh me leiscéal, an féidir leat é sin a rá arís le do hol. Gabh me leiscéal, an féidir leat é sin a rá arís le do hol. Is návid í an chéad gan í a allan. Tá brón orm, ní higgam. Tá brón orm, ní higgam. Is návid í an chéad gan í a allan. An bhéadtá labhairt níos muile le do hol. An bhéadtá labhairt níos muile le do hol. Is návid í a chéad gan í a abhalam. Is návid í an chead gan í a abhalam. Cad a chiallaíonn is návid í an chead gan í a abhalam. Cad a chiallaíonn is návid í a chead í a abhalam. Bíonn gach scill deachar go dtí go bhfoghlaimíonn tú conas í a dhéanamh. Bíonn gach scill deachar go dtí go bhfoghlaimíonn tú conas í a dhéanamh. Bíonn gach scill deachar go dtí go bhfoghlaimíonn tú conas í a dhéanamh. Tá brón orm, ní thuigim é fós. Tá brón orm, ní thuigim é fós. Nuair atá scill agat, tá an scill sin éasca, ceapann tú. Nuair nach bhfuil scill agat, tá sé deachar dar leat. We'll take it one sentence at a time. Nuair atá scill agat, tá an scill sin éasca, ceapann tú. Nuair atá scill agat, tá an scill sin éasca, ceapann tú. Nuair nach bhfuil scill agat, tá sé deachar dar leat. Nuair nach bhfuil scill agat, tá sé deachar dar leat. Ó tuigim, tuigim anois. Ó tuigim, tuigim anois. An bhéadtha návid a litriú le do thoil. An bhéadtha návid a litriú le do thoil. Cínte, návid. N-A-M-H-A-I-D, návid. Cínte, návid. N-H-A-M-H-A-I-D, návid. Go raibh maith agat, agus cead, an bhéadtha cead a litriú le do thoil. Go raibh maith agat, agus cead, an bhéadtha cead a litriú le do thoil. Cead, C-E-I-R-D. Ein ceist eile? Cead, C-E-I-R-D. Ein ceist eile? Níl, tuigim gach rud anois go raibh maith agat. Níl, tuigim gach rud anois go raibh maith agat. Anois, scríobh síos na phrásaí a cabhróidh leat amach seo nuair a bheith deacrachtaí cumarsaide agat. And now, write down the phrases that will help you from here on when you have difficulties communicating. Nuair atá sé déanta agat, lay na phrásaí amach ó sord. When you've that done, read the sentences and phrases out loud. So practice using these phrases so when you have a difficulty, you know what to say. Agus na phrásaí and the phrases. Gam leisceal, an féidir leat é sin a rá arís le do thoil. Pardon me, can you say that again, please? Tá brón orm, ní thuigim. I'm sorry, I don't understand. An bhéadtha labhairt níos muile le do thoil. Could you speak slower, please? Cad a Scileanna. What does it mean? Cad a Scileanna. Tá brón orm, ní higa mé fós. I'm sorry, I don't understand still, or I still don't understand. Oh, tigim anish. Oh, I understand, I understand. An bhéadtha a litrú le de hull. Could you spell, put in the word, please? So, tigim is to understand. So if somebody asks you on diggin to, do you understand? You can say, tigim, I understand. Ní higam, I don't understand. Tigim gach rud anish, gurv mahagat. I understand everything now, thank you. Tá na frásí seo ar fáil sa chórá. These phrases are in the conversation. Fáil an leagan Gaeilge díobh agus scríomh in iad in acaló. So find the Irish version and write it beside them. So see how many you can remember before you look them up. I'm sorry. I don't understand. I understand. Excuse me? Thank you. Agus anish na freagaí. I'm sorry. Tá brón orm. I don't understand. Ní higam. I understand. Tigam. Excuse me. God maleshkel. Thank you. Gurv mahagat. Sanish. I'm signa ceistena seo sa chórá. See if you can find these questions in the conversation. Could you spell, please? Could you speak more slowly, please? Could you spell, please? An bhéadtha a litrú le de hull. Could you speak more slowly, please? An bhéadtha Labhairt níos muile le de hull. And if you have a partner, this is an activity you can do together. Ir the fortnéir iad seo a litrú dit, ir Labhairt go máil. So ask your partner to spell them for you and ask him to speak slowly. Ceol, snámh, Gaeilge, closamhairc, béarla. Agus mar hampla, for example, fáil hain, first learner, cad a Scileanna cumarsaide. Cad a Scileanna cumarsaide. Fáil 2, adó, gomleisce, pardon me, an bhéadtha deachar a litrú. An bhéadtha deachar a litrú. Could you spell deachar? Cumarsaide, communication. Agus sin deire le Rannóg an lí, Deacrachtaí, cumarsaide, and that's the end of section 9, communication difficulties. A cur ceist ar ghuine, cé chomh maith is atá ag éirí leis, asking somebody how well they're getting on at something. Agus ag freagairt na ceistena sin, agus ag freagairt na ceiste sin, answering those questions. Agus ag déileáil le Deacrachtaí cumarsaide, and dealing with communication difficulties. So practice those phrases, they'll be very useful. Agus tásúla agam go bhaintú tainmh as an Labhairt, and I hope you benefited from and enjoyed the lecture or the lesson. Tá na nótaí agus bilóga oibre le fáil in éineacht le cóid fuaimne agus nasca na Quizlet, suíomh Luas-Cartaí. The lecture notes and worksheets to accompany the course, along with the MP3 files and Quizlet links, this is a flashcard website, are available. The original files are available to download at Theastas Eorpach na Gaeilge, teg.ie, or edited versions can be found at my website, simplyjacintha.com. Direct link is in the description box below. Míle buíochas, the Theastas Eorpach na Gaeilge, as cead a thabhairt dom, úsáid a bhaint as na háiseanna closamhairc atá le fáil ar a suíomh. Many thanks to Theastas Eorpach na Gaeilge for their information to use the learning materials and resources that are available on their website. Tásúlgam gur bhain sibh tanamh as. I hope you enjoyed it and got some use out of it. If you did, like and subscribe and share with your friends who may be interested in learning Irish.